Last year, a white Thanksgiving. This year, a white Halloween. What did they have in common? The Hamilton West Hornets played in both. And those Hamilton High East boys, otherwise known as Steinert, go for their 6th straight overall win, 2nd straight over Notre Dame, and first against the Irish in Lawrenceville since 1997. I'm Mark Fontes with sports. Forget the Ice Bowl back in 1967 and that twisted Raider-Patriot playoff game in the snow almost 10 years ago. The Trenton High Tornadoes and Hamilton West Hornets were in the thick of things on Saturday, literally. And in Lawrence, Steinert and Notre Dame went under the lights Friday before the snow.
This Trenton High team braving the elements Saturday morning against the Hamilton West Hornets, trying to snap a 2-game losing streak with some lukewarm fan support, probably the only thing even remotely warm that day. The score 0-0 at halftime, both teams finding it hard to trek through this thick white snow. Third quarter, Trenton quarterback Jabri Jackson faking a handoff, running left with it, and he finds all kinds of room cutting to the outside. He might have gone all the way had he not been stopped by Greg Williams and lost his footing. Jackson trying the handoff this time to Tremaine Nevis, but you need the ball. It's fumbled and recovered by the Hornets. They take over deep in their own territory. West's O comes onto the field. They will give it here to Brett Stroman. He bumps and bruises his way through for a small gain. Having a great year, though, Stroman is. Hornets on this series, though, were held to 3-and-out. Then the punt attempt. No! You think people's hands were just a little bit slippery in this mess. This ball was recovered by the Tornadoes. Fans, for lack of a better word, tolerating the snow. Jackson with it later. Successful handoff here to Tariq Rogers, who pummels through like a snowplow. He might have considered going down once his forward progress was stopped, though, because he coughed up the ball. So the Hornet offense went back to work inside their own 20. Stroman would have this good run in the third quarter. He breaks all kinds of tackles right here and finds a lot of room. He gets it all the way into Tornado territory, but no one in 4 quarters of play scored. In the first sudden death overtime, though, the Hornets found the end zone for a 6-0 win. They love their girls at Notre Dame, just like they do their boys. At Steinert, there's even a girl who plays football with the boys. The Spartans trying to win at Notre Dame for the first time since the green pants era of the late 90s, back when Bill Clark was QB and the offense featured greats like William Bianco, Mike Cortina, and Dante Jones was still playing basketball at Steinert. Opening drive for the Spartans Friday night, Adam Reese out of a shotgun back to pass, looking right, dumps it off to Jeff Mattinelli. He juggles it at first, but holds on for the completion and the touchdown. Mattinelli, just a week after tallying more points himself than some teams score in whole games, makes it 7-0 Spartans very early in the first. On the ensuing kickoff, beautiful deep kick taken by Notre Dame's Darius Norman, number 13, who runs up the middle. Hello, Ryan Malagrino, the sophomore middle linebacker, with a Herculean effort to stop Norman. The Irish offense would go to work, though, and quarterback Sam McDermott found his way many times. He tried variations of this QB keeper play all evening, and it netted big yards for him. Here, a 25-yard gain up to the Steinert 13. But as would be the case throughout the night, the Irish would snowball down the field only to melt under the hot glare of the end zone. McDermott and his receivers just could not seem to connect inside the Steinert red zone, so the field goal unit came on after all this, and at least were able to get the Irish on the board, a 7-3 score before the end of the first. The Irish fans with reason to cheer over that, and right here, they would hold the Spartans to 3-and-out and force a punt. A good one by Reese, the multitasker, but it's received by Notre Dame. Actually, no, it's not. Flag down way back at the spot of the punt, but let's go back to the action upfield. Alex Amodi, number 51, recovers this loose ball to give the Spartans a major break. The flag, by the way, roughing the kicker, declined. However, that just roused the Notre Dame defense. They would hold the Spartans in check. Irish with it, 4th and goal, and A.J. Mastrangeli says, "Good night, Mr. McDermott." He stops them, and they take over on downs. Spartans holding the Irish to only 3 first-half points. Third quarter, Reese and company with the ball at midfield. Shotgun again, followed by play fake. He goes long to Keon White, who stops, then catches the ball. Covered by Prince Patterson, who overstepped. Okay, back to 97 we go. Bill Clark on this handoff deep in Irish territory to Mike Cortina, and Cortina finds his way in for a Spartan touchdown. Back to today, Reese in ND's red zone, handing off to Tyler Zandomenigo. Touchdown, Zando! Steinert gaining the upper hand mentally as they take a 14-3 lead early in the third, and they never really ran out of gas. Irish with it on the verge of a score. McDermott back to pass, throws it over the middle. It's picked off by Sam Park at the half-yard line. Park with the turning point in the game. He runs it all the way up to the 42. The Spartans on that drive were not able to turn anything, but let's take another trip down memory lane. Clark, who was number 14 back then, handing it off to William Bianco, number 33. That was another touchdown in 97. Reese, who is number 14 today, he drops back to pass. Goes long for number 3, Vanel DeSeuss. DeSeuss has it, and he muscles his way in for another score. 21-3 Steinert in the fourth quarter. McDermott trying to salvage something from this. He goes long to McCarthy. Kevin McCarthy's got it for a touchdown, but midnight had come and gone, and this Spartan team, having a Cinderella season, was still dancing. They win at Notre Dame for the first time since 1997.
We had a good game plan, and we executed it, and it feels good for 6 in a row. I finally allowed us to start saying the P word, playoff. We can finally start thinking about that.
Between Adam to, Schafel doing amazing, and, my D-backs like Sammy Park, my man, just absolutely just dominating the field. I feel like together we've grown as a unit, and we deserve this win.
We needed to face a good team like that, to be crisp, because we've been going at it, and we've been really solid with our stuff, so just putting it all together again tonight just makes us more that confident.
And finally, Team of the Day is brought to you by Pryor & Emmy Business Systems, a full-line computer sales and service center, your business solutions headquarters. They may have had a shaky first half of the year, but Allentown Redbird football just came in receipt of a ton of PowerPoints. They are the first team to upset West Windsor South. They beat them 27-24 Friday night. South heads to Steinert this Saturday with a record of 6-1, which is what the Spartans are right now.
That is all for sports on this Monday. In a moment, Mercer County Close-Up. Stay with us.